All right, so we'll go ahead and get straight into that segment, and I'm going to present everyone with a scenario, and we're gonna go in like just a regular 1, 2, 3 back to Nate. You know, if Nate has the first pick, and we're gonna just draft our players based on whatever scenario is presented. So, for example, our first scenario is I need you to name 5 guys that can get you a bucket. So we'll go with Nate, then Seth, then me, then back to Nate, and obviously there'll be no repeats. So if Nate picks Michael Jordan to get him a bucket, there will be no Michael Jordan on me or Seth's list. We're not
the first
saying,
pick I picked. No, I'm just joking.
I was gonna say we're not just just because he's only on one list doesn't mean that we're not saying that he's not good enough for our list. I just want to make sure that one appearance. So
Yeah. Okay. Am I first?
All right.
I mean, is that cool with you?
Yeah, you can go first.
With the number 1 overall selection in the first pick 1 draft, I select Shaquille O'Neal.
Wow.
No, honestly,
Okay.
I thought I was gonna have Shaq too high because I have Shaq high because. Let's think about Prime Shaq. You're not stopping Prime Shaq unless you throw a double. So, and we're kind of talking about
you can put Yao Ming on Prime Shaq. He's still scoring.
I agree.
Yeah,
I thought I was gonna be high.
I know the thought of get a bucket. It's like, oh, let me cross someone up and get a bucket, but no, let me throw it down low to Shaq.
I got some.
Like,
hey, I like where your head's at. I got some players, some big men on my list. So.
Most dominant NBA player all time.
All right. I mean, in his prime.
There's an argument for it,
prime.
yeah.
Okay.
Is it me next?
Yep.
I'm going to sound biased as I can be right here.
Oh, God.
With my number 1 pick and the second overall pick, I'm taking Wardell Stephen Curry.
I knew that was coming.
Hey, so just to clarify for everyone, we're not making like an actual team. So if like Nate's is like has 3 centers,
All centers.
Yeah, don't hate on him. I don't even want to. I mean, do you have anything to say about Curry, or are you just like, yep, that's my guy, I'm going with it?
That's my guy, and I'm going with it. I mean, it's the greatest 3-point scorer of all time.
He's a good inside
Very
finisher,
underrated inside finisher. If you throw a trap on him to try to double team him, he's going to find the open man.
Did you know that?
Simple as that.
Seth Curry, not Steph Curry, of course, lower volume, is the 3rd best 3-point shooter percentage-wise all time.
I
Really?
did actually know that, and actually, I
Good for
believe
him, honestly.
It's kind of ironic. I'm pretty sure Hubert Davis is in the top 5
Let's go.
I
That's my
don't
boy.
really.
of career 3-point shooters in the NBA.
Let's go.
I don't want to get off track, but like Seth Curry, I watched the whole video today on if he had stayed with Liberty, he could have had Steph like
I've seen
Steph
that
like
exact-
potential.
I honestly kind of agree
because
with
I've
he
seen that
would have had
video.
the Steph Curry because he was putting up similar numbers, not quite as good, and they're playing for that smaller school. But when he went to Duke, he took that lesser role. But yeah, I didn't want to get off too far off track.
No,
but I thought it was
that's
interesting.
That's fair because really the only thing that really hurt him, and like as far as the NBA, is how long it took him to get into the NBA. Because as soon as he got to the NBA, he did well, but he was starting to get older.
Also, I don't know what my deal is, bro. I'm yawning so much. Sorry. Off topic.
So I don't think it's gonna come as a surprise to anyone because he was number 1 on my board. I'm gonna go with Michael Jordan. So
Why would you pick him?
I don't think I have to say anything. Michael Jordan, yeah.
All right, we're back around to me.
Yep, that's correct.
Oh, well,
I'm
I
keeping
think
track of who I picked.
I'm going to go
Yeah,
ahead and
that's
pick
what I'm
this
about
guy
to do.
because I think my next guy's going to be on the board regardless. With the number 2 overall pick, I'm going to go with Luka Doncic.
Hey, so
I can't believe I didn't think of him.
So
Good for
far,
you.
everyone named has been on my board, but a little bit down. So
I came down to him or one other person for my second pick, but I think Luka, man, he's just like you don't expect it, but he's going to get the bucket
He's
somehow.
so dominant.
Hey,
dude.
I had him now further down my list, but I had him too, so I can't argue. It was a solid choice.
Is it me?
Yep.
Go ahead.
With my second pick, I'm taking Kevin Durant.
Oh, that stinks. That's exactly who I was taking.
Yes, sir.
That's a great
We're pairing the
pick.
boys back up.
We're
We're winning all the championships again.
Hey.
I don't want to talk about your guy because you just took Kevin Durant, but like I honestly had Kevin Durant second. I feel like the size, the finishing, the shooting, like there's Kevin Durant might be if we're talking about scores, like honestly I have him as the second best guy to
He's top 3
get the ball, give
scorer
me
of
a
all
bucket.
time. Yep. All right, Steven.
All right, so that leaves me with the interesting choice. I am a little torn. And now, obviously, we're not making teams, so the fact that I took kind of a ball-dominant guy, Michael Jordan, doesn't have any effect on my second guy. I think, and now this is probably going to be super hated because a lot of people don't give this guy the credit I think he deserves, but I'm going to go with Wilt Chamberlain.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
A lot of people think that he went against like
A bunch of dentists.
right? And that's true. He went. I mean, I'm pretty sure the average height of the NBA at the time he was playing was like 6'7". So
Fair, he did play against a bunch of dentists, but he was so much better than that group of dentists.
Yeah.
I mean, and I also think it's worth noting. I don't know if we've ever, and I'm talking about like to the modern day NBA, seen a center with his jumping ability, his strength, and his size all in one. And his speed.
I think the strength
Because
is a big one there.
He was fast. Like he kind of looks about the same speed as a Giannis Antetokounmpo. I'm not saying he's the same speed, but I'm just saying that's.
And weren't there rumors he could bench like 500 pounds or something?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
You wouldn't think because
He
he
was
looks so
trained-
lanky. You wouldn't think he was as strong as he was.
He was trying to fight Muhammad Ali. Now I'm not saying he would have beat Muhammad Ali. Like that's crazy, but like that just kind of tells you the athleticism that this man had. So I'm taking Will Chamberlain.
That boy got
Okay.
that dog in him.
So for my third overall pick, I'm going with someone, as long as free throws count as buckets, but even so, I'm picking prime James Harden. Y'all don't like the pick?
No, I honestly don't have him on my list.
I didn't
but
either, but
Does
I'm also
prime
don't
count?
love James Harden. So
I don't either, but like I can't deny watching Houston James Harden
That's
when he was
true.
on his MVP run. No one was stopping him from getting his points.
And as long as
Yeah.
we have the modern day NBA refs, he's gonna get to the free throw line. So I mean, that's a very fair.
yeah.
I know it's kind of like out of left field, but that's my
Nah,
pick.
I respect it. I respect it.
Can we? I wonder if we can come to consensus here. Was James Harden a big poster child for highlight hooping?
Successful highlight hooping.
That's fair.
Yeah,
that's
because
fair.
his team. I mean, like I'm not saying like they should have, but like they were very close to beating. To me, the best team ever assembled was that Warriors team because you took a 73-9 Warriors team and added Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
Didn't they have two opportunities? Weren't they leading the series like 3-2?
I don't
something
remember.
like that.
I'd be honest.
So like they had two opportunities to take down the best team ever assembled. So like, highlight hooper, yes, but like it was effective. So
You can
It
only
was
be so
effective.
much of a highlight hooper and play beside Chris Paul successfully.
That's very true.
nice.
Very
so over
true.
to you for your third pick.
My third pick, I'm taking Kobe Bean Bryant.
Great pick. I was waiting for that one to go off the board.
I actually have two people above Kobe, but
And here's the thing. I think Kobe doesn't get as much credit from certain people because people are like, oh, he's so over. Some people are like, oh, he's overrated. But also, yes, it's very agreeable. The last few years of his career definitely brought down his hype a little bit and brought down his numbers as well, his stats. But dude, those
Prime Kobe?
2000, mid 2000s, even early 2000s to like 2011, 2012, there's nothing you could do to stop that man from getting the ball in the basket. It was ridiculous.
see, I mean,
I agree.
I have nothing really to say. Like, I'm gonna go ahead and reveal my next guy, LeBron James. Surprise, surprise. Gonna go with the guy who has the most points scored in NBA history.
LeBron wasn't on my list.
Really?
I was trying to be different
Wow.
though, so
Oh,
it's
that's
okay.
fair. But the only reason I would personally have LeBron above Kobe is now something that Kobe has that I honestly, not very many other players in the NBA have. Like, he has the ability to make any shot. It doesn't matter if it's, got 7-footer right in his face, no space to get the ball off. Like, he has the I just think he takes a few too many of those shots and, probably brought down his field goal percentage. But anyway, I can't argue. He was right after LeBron on my list, so I'm going to go with LeBron for my third pick. Now to you, Nate, with your
We're
fourth
back
pick.
around to me.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So with the fourth overall pick, I'm getting so wedged and I can't make decisions, but I'm just going to stay true to my list here, and I'm going to go Giannis Antetokounmpo.
That's not.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Another dominant pick, like Shaq level dominance at prime, like he's still in his prime. So I'm going with Giannis. I think he can get me a bucket any moment of any day. So
It's very fair. With my next pick, I'll be taking Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
excellent pick.
Very good.
I thought about him too. All right.
If you don't have anything else.
Wait, who was your last pick? Sorry, my ADD kicked in.
Mine?
Yeah.
Giannis.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So I have written out 1, 2, 3. I made a list of players and I added some extra players because I didn't know who Seth and Nate was going to take. But I'm going to end up getting 4 out of my 5 top players that I wanted. The only one I'm missing
Wow.
out on is Kevin Durant.
Okay.
But I'm going to get Larry Bird. And I know that seems wild to some people, but like if you watch anyone from Larry Bird's era talk about Larry Bird, like everyone assumes Larry Bird was unathletic just because he was not the highest jumper, but like he had speed that very few people realize. Like he was fast, and you think about a fast guy who can, again, kind of make any shot. I'll take him.
Okay. All right, so my last pick, bro. I'm so torn between two players right now. And I'll name the other player. Oh, sorry. I just shook everything. I'll name the other player after I pick my first one. Mm-hmm. But I think for my final pick, I'm going to go Allen Iverson.
That was my next pick.
I knew he had to go eventually.
The follow-up,
Good for you.
The ability to create off the dribble. He's my one guy I'm going off the dribble with that's going to score like crazy. Luka, yes, but and Harden, but not to the same as AI. Because AI, he doesn't have to pull the three. He can, but he's getting to the rim. But my follow-up to that was Dwayne Wade, Prime Wade.
That's very fair.
Another good choice.
I was so stuck between those two.
No, that's fair.
AI is my last pick.
I believe that the guy under this man on my list is actually better all time, but this guy was the better scorer between the two, in my opinion. And this actually fills out a 1 through 5 that I didn't unintentionally got. With my final pick, I'm taking Dirk Nowitzki.
That was your pick?
That was. I kid you not, my very next pick.
We each picked each other's
My
next
two
pick.
honorable mentions that were left on my list were Tim Duncan, and then I don't know. I wonder if you had this because we talked about this guy before, Pete Maravich.
Oh, I thought about him a second ago. Like I was like, Pete would be. I thought
he
more
just missed the cut for
playmaking.
my top 15.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I name my other three real quick that were on my list?
Oh, can I finish my draft?
Yeah, go ahead, finish your draft. Wow, that
No,
felt so
I do have
offended.
to say though. I put a list of 15 together. So now that I have my last pick, 13 of the 15 people I've picked have been marked out. So I think we all kind of agree. I'm just gonna go with the guy that I'm surprised no one's even kind of mentioned his name yet. I'm gonna go with Kyrie Irving just because.
Oh,
Okay.
If you're talking about get him the ball and he will get you a bucket.
He can't get a bucket if he's not in the game, Steven.
As long as he can keep it non-controversial off the court.
I was talking about like choosing not to play an injury, but
Oh yeah. Oh, well, that's more of a quiet litter. That's why he couldn't make the list.
True.
Yeah.
Well, my honorable mentions, then we can do our honorable mentions. Go.
I just have one.
One I said Dwayne Wade, but my other ones are Damian Lillard.
Very good.
And the other two are going to be like kind of. I told Steven these already, but they're kind of like they're not superstars. But I'm going Jamal Crawford.
Very good.
And Lou Williams.
Very good.
That
was
right.
literally their job was to go get a bucket. So, I mean,
two of the best six mans of all time, honestly.
Yes.
Who were your honorable mentions?
did you have any?
I already said mine. Tim Duncan and Pete Maravich.
Oh, yeah, my bad. I only have one that I put on my list of 15 players that did not get taken, and I'm just going to go with Bob Pettit. And I know that's like but like I'm pretty sure if you check, he's points per game is like top 10 in NBA scoring, and it's just because of his rare ability. Like he was a 6'7" big man, so like he was faster than any big man and was a much better shooter. So he just was a matchup nightmare for almost anyone.
I can't speak too much on Bob Pettit, but I believe you.
I know a little bit about Bob Pettit. I wouldn't have thought anyone would have said him, but I honestly, it makes sense. I think he gets overlooked a lot in certain conversations about I think he made top 75, the NBA 75 team, right?
Yeah,
he did. Okay, sure. Yeah, but I was like, 'cause I remember when that came out, people were like, "Who's Bob Pettit?" I was like, "If only y'all knew."
Yeah,
bro.
Bob Pettit was a
that boy
bucket.
was crazy.